Hello, what is up YouTube? It is the Gothic Stoner. We are about to do a wake and bake. I am doing this video mostly because my roommate is out right now. He is out and about. And yeah. So I decided to do my life as a schizophrenic. Most people have been talking about it. A lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people get worried when they hear the word mentioned. A lot of people are just don't know what it means. A lot of people are very overly too cautious. Yeah, life as a schizophrenic. I'm gonna be doing that now. Because I am schizophrenic. Well, technically, my diagnosis is schizoactive, so I'm schizophrenic active. Here, let's get the paperwork so we can officially diagnose myself. Let me see, 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. We're gonna be doing a wake and bake as well. We're gonna be talking and talking. I'll be right back. 1 second, YouTube. It seems I've lost these papers. I also need these papers for my next appointment, and I seem to have lost them completely. Let me see. Do you guys think that you guys can do this? I don't think. Try to sort through all this junk. No, I don't think you guys can. I know it's hard for me. Is this it? No, that's not it. That is my social security numbers. I don't have more than one, I'm just saying. It's my number. Yes, I have everything out right now. I do not know where those papers went. I'm gonna need to find those papers later today, you guys. But for now, let's. Oh, I threw away. Yes, on the sad note, I threw away the rolling papers. Sorry for the video inconvenience. I threw away the rolling papers. There's not much that I need the rolling papers for. And plus there's not that much weed to go around. I just bought from my friend yesterday or 2 days ago. A few days ago. This is what life is being like being a schizophrenic is like. So on my diagnosis sheet, before we get into the weed, we're gonna dive into the diagnosis. We're gonna dive in on stuff like that, and questions and answers. We're gonna do questions and answers. Let me get the questions and answers real quick. So I have two theses, or whatever they're called. I believe they're called theses. Pretty much they're called theses, like being smarter or whatever. Anyways, so what I was and what I am now, I believe my condition is actually worsened. I believe it's worsened, but as a schizophrenic, you gotta see it as a schizophrenic way. Like, everything to a schizophrenic, like, at least for me, it was, my chant was, belief is your own belief. So that meaning as in, like, any belief you put on me, it's really just your belief, because I have my own belief, and that belief is just belief. It's there's no afterlife, there's no before life, it's just centered. You're just centered. It's like you're immortal, pretty much. That's how I saw it for that. So you got to see it at like that, because whenever a schizophrenic hears pretty much anytime a doctor talks to you, or a person with a person that they think that has a higher degree of knowledge talks to you, you got to see it as a schizophrenic way, as in I'm right, you're wrong. But today I'm gonna be doing it as, because I'm schizoactive. So I forgot if the doctor said that's worse or better. To be honest, whenever, okay, to see it as a schizophrenic would. So I was schizophrenic, officially schizophrenic, paranoia schizophrenic. I was officially that. And then I went to the doctors, and I'm still hearing voices. I tell the doctor that I'm schizoactive, and then the doctor puts it down as my disorder. So to me, I'm technically still schizophrenic, but I'm also schizoactive. It's a weird combination. It's weird how it works. It's weird how it works in the mind. Okay, so what is schizoactive disorder? This one's schizoactive. This other one is schizophrenia. Okay, I'm not gonna really do it from the paper. I'm gonna go from the papers answer me, but we just got these off of WebMD. Shout out to WebMD. Thanks for making this video pretty much up there, I guess. You guys gotta view it as like I view it. Okay, it's hard to get. Okay. So schizophrenia. Let me think. Schizophrenia is basically whenever it feels like you're lonely, at the same time people are talking to you, but you still don't know. It's not a sure thing that you're lonely or not. It's like being gothic, but being at a rave. It's like being the only gothic at a UF rave party. That's kind of like schizophrenia. That basically sums up schizophrenia. That basically sums up schizophrenia for the voices wise. Let's take a hit off of that, because that right there is a big issue. Especially I didn't really I noticed it and I didn't notice it. Whenever I was schizophrenia, I noticed that it was bad. I noticed that it was like really bad. But the voices, it's like you being gothic at a UF rave. I've never been to a rave, but like at a rave pretty much, or at a party. It's like you being the only. It's like you're shunned, and everybody around you can talk, and they're trying to talk to you, and you're trying to talk back, but you don't really know if you're trying to talk back, because it's not that you think that you're schizophrenic, because that never crosses your mind. Like that pretty much never crosses your mind unless it's like absolutely dire need, I'm about to kill myself kind of schizophrenia. But so it's basically, it's just really hard to explain. It's like it's hard. We're gonna do another video on schizophrenia later. At least I now have videos or things to do in my videos. I did not have anything to do in my video previously. Okay, now this is what I told the doctors that I am, and the doctors told me this is what I am. What is schizoactive disorder? Okay, now this is taken from WebMD, you guys, so not my own words. Schizoactive disorder describes a condition that includes aspects of both schizophrenia and a mood disorder, either major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder. So that right there basically says, like, if a doctor was a doctor and they knew more about schizophrenia, they would know that schizophrenia itself is very moodily alteredly changing. There we go. Sorry. Oh, and another thing in my papers, it says that I have severe cannabis disorder. So I might be getting a medical card pretty soon. But okay, schizoactive. So let me see. Yeah, so I was going. It felt like I was going through a depressed state, but at the same time, it didn't. I actually, whenever I was, it felt like I was going through it. Like, it literally felt like I was sad. Like, whenever you're sad, you literally, you literally cry, but you don't see yourself cry. It's crazy how it works. It's, some say it's spiritual, some say it's just scientific, and you're really just like a, you're really just a vegetable. I don't want to say retard, but vegetable is more, you you're really like a vegetable, like, but you're not, at the same time you're not. It's a combination. It's a really weird mixture. Let's just say that. So as my schizophrenia turns into schizoactive, as a schizophrenic, I still believe that it's schizophrenic and not schizoactive. Um, Mainly because I believe that I told the doctors that I was schizoactive. Because when you're schizophrenic, you feel like, when you're schizophrenic and everything's going perfectly, you feel like you're the king of the world. You feel like you're famous. You got all the money in the world. You got gods sitting next to you. You got, you're creating. Because during my schizophrenia phases, I was literally trying to grow steel, like, chemically. So I was like, okay, so aluminum plus this toxic, drain the toxic, and then you use that in something. Yeah, I was creating, I was being creative. So I mean, and that's what I thought schizoactive was also like. Schizoactive is kind of like that, because it's like mood disorders. Like, you're in the creative, you're creating, and that's like mood. It's really hard to explain, but at the same time, it's really easy to explain. Okay, now let's get into the the parts where people mostly worry about: guns. As a schizophrenic, I see guns as a really powerful tool. I see it as a tool. I see it as a tool, and like a party instrument. It's you can have a lot more fun playing Russian roulette and shooting off the bullets in the sky in the middle of a desert, and or just shooting off a bunch of blanks in the middle of a city, than you can have when you're seeing blood and guts coming at your face. I mean, think of the cleanup after. I mean, parties. There's a cleanup after a party, but still. Take another hit in the middle of my bowl again. We're smoking some really good stuff today. I can't really show it. It's all ground up and fine, really fine. Being schizophrenic, though, it's not something. It's something to be proud of, and something not to be proud of. Because there are there are people out there that didn't get the treatments, the treatments, and if you didn't get your treatments, then you, I mean, I wasn't getting my treatments for a really for a long time. One time, like, because you end up missing the voices. That's what makes these schizophrenics miss the treatments. Because you end up missing the voices, you end up missing them, and that's what makes the treatments kind of shitty at the same time, because you really want your voices. And some voices are better than others. Like for some schizophrenics may be like, okay, I got some really cool voices. Yeah, I got paparazzi in my face. I got the ambassador of the UN coming down to meet me. I got I got YouTube up my ass right now. I got I'm just balling. That's what most schizophrenics are like with the voices. And then there's some where they use the voices as protection. Like I was doing that for a while. Um, I was it's not it's not so much as blaming the voices. It's not the blame game. It's using the voices for protection. You actually using your surroundings. It's basically, so schizophrenic is basically like the same thing as telepathic, and that's what I'm trying to get here at. Let's take it. Cheers. If anybody still says that, cheers. I say stonies, you guys. Um, Shout out to that sunny hippie, I believe it was. That's pretty awesome that you're out there. I'm gonna go get a Red Bull, you guys. I'm gonna take you guys with me. So, in all, I have some really cool things right here that I would love to talk about, especially in person. Not so much person. I would rather do it over like Skype or something. And then now you're probably wondering, how do we know you? That's another thing about schizophrenics. Most schizophrenics are they're not antisocial. They're just very disclosed. There we go. Very disclosed, and that's one thing. Yes. It's like I got coffee all over the Red Bull. I am the worst YouTuber ever, you guys. So if you guys are still actually listening to this video, that is, I give you guys mad props. Pretty much whoever can like survive my video is a mad genius, or a mad genius. I say some pretty wild stuff out. I would say some pretty wild stuff out there, like you guys. Like I literally put myself out there, and yeah, Red Bull. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop this video. Sorry, you guys. I think I'm gonna stop this video, you guys, and do another video pretty soon. That's just a short little look into the schizophrenic life. I'm gonna be doing the schizophrenic life, the schizophrenic vlogs pretty soon. If you guys happen to be on Patreon, just look me up on Patreon. I am not the Gothic Stoner on Patreon, though I should change my name to the Gothic Stoner on Patreon. I am just Chris on Patreon. Yep. I am ultra sensitive, you guys. My skin is very sensitive. Like, I think this one just appeared there, like, since I've been here. It's sitting down, doing nothing. Smoking weed and doing nothing. I'm ultra sensitive. Anyways, that is Gotta get the spelling for schizophrenic. Alright, peace.